Okay, so I was just playing kind of Depeche Mode there, Your Own Personal Jesus. Um, right? Not a terribly sophisticated guitar riff, kind of bluesy, definitely on the acoustic guitar. But what we're talking about today are variations, or rather, more to the point, inventions. You know, we all, when we first pick up guitar, a lot of times we're kind of like trying to recreate some things that we've heard. A lot of maybe popular guitar things. You know, I was a little kid back in the 70s, and so a really famous song back then was Smoke on the Water, which played properly is more like this. Which sometimes you might play with the open double stops. A little bit of a different timbre. But the point is, when I first got an electric guitar and I'm like, oh, I gotta play electric guitar music, how do I get that sound? You know, a lot of us on our first riffs, we might take one finger, we might play this. After some trial and error of figuring out which frets to play it on, right? So you get the right tonality and everything. So obviously that's not correct. It's in a different key. It doesn't use the chords or the double stops like on the actual version. That's okay, because you know, as a young guitarist, you're trying things out, and then after you play that for a little bit, you might get used to just playing some variations. You might accidentally learn how to play a pull-off, and then you're playing the second note, which, if you hear this song from Depeche Mode, might drive you to think, oh, well, I'm kind of learning how to play that. So we just took the notes from our quasi Smoke on the Water riff, and now we're applying a little technique with the pull-off and shifting up to play that third note. And so you see what I mean? So these are inventions, ways that you take songs that you sort of learn how to play by ear, and you're actually figuring out a bit of your own way to play it. Another version, or another option, might be something like, say, this is a little rare, but it's like Rolling Stones. So, you know, the song is actually played with all bars because it's in an open G tuning, and he plays it with those kind of power chords. But because I was playing like this, I started learning how to play bar chords more clean up the neck, because you're trying to get that bass note in there and get the 3-note power chord. And then also because you're trying to get that big 5-string chord like they're playing on the record, you also force yourself to make a partial bar, and then you're getting a major third in there, right? So you get that bigger, more, I don't know, musical sounding voicing to the chord. So, and a byproduct of that is, by learning to do that, you know, if you play string 5, when you go to the G, the third chord, you're going to get a mess. You're going to get that. Well, we know that doesn't sound right. So you have to make an adjustment with your pick. Instead of playing strings 5, 4, 3, and 2, like on those chords, for that G chord, you have to not play your string 5. And just kind of play those inner 3 strings, you know, 4, 3, and 2. Really just 4 and 3 to get that G chord power chord, right? So, what does that do for us as guitarists? It trains us to be selective with our picking, so that we're picking different string groups depending on which chord. right? That's a skill that you're going to need as you progress on guitar and learn more sophisticated, complicated moves. So bottom line is make up your own inventions. Don't worry about always playing exactly like it is on the record. Try to just use your ear, play with what you know, maybe experiment playing chordal songs on just single strings and try to find out what the roots are, the root notes, and that way you can also work out the timing as well. And then you'll stumble upon ways to play chords, voicings, string groups and whatnot that will increase your vocabulary as a guitar player. So that's it. Sorry I cut my face off for the whole bit, but I think the important part is the guitar and the fingers anyway. Shoot me a comment down below if you have any questions or comments, and we'll see you next time.